New Jersey, so it's getting real close. I'm feeling a little mentally shut down, so I'm trying to stay off social media, but I still wanted to record the journey in case I feel like remembering it later. So I just did my shoulder workout this morning, my cardio, and just ran to Myers, and just got some of our last minute things like bananas, stuff for Ryan, stuff for me. Got some new razors, bath salts. I'm going to try to take a little relaxing bath when I get home. Today is just all about packing, and I have a blowout appointment. Yesterday I got my nails done, thank goodness. And so just really tying up all the loose ends at home, squaring everything away, getting organized so that this can be easy. I will say the last couple weeks I have experienced a 2-hour window in my day where I just kind of mentally and emotionally drop off a bit, and I kind of go dark and get full of self-doubt. I wake up in the morning and I'm super motivated, I'm really in a good headspace, and then I just kind of go on this ride every day, right? And so I've kind of become aware of this pattern, and I'm trying to just navigate it the best that I can because it's part of the process. I feel like no matter how prepared you are for this experience, you're always going to have those moments of self-doubt. It's just very interesting that for me it's a 2-hour window every day, because then at the end of the day it goes back on the up and up. So we're kind of riding that wave right now. I think it's just from dieting and putting my mind and body through all the things that I have. There's also that added layer of stress with being a business owner. There's so many things that I'm navigating on that end of things daily and personally as well. But we're navigating things the best that we can. All in all, I'm feeling really good going into this weekend. I'm really excited. I think for this experience in particular, I have done a few national shows, and I have never done well. I have never been competitive on a national stage, and so I feel like putting myself through it and getting there is the part that I enjoy, and then getting there, giving my best, my 100% best, and it just not being enough, not even being close to being enough, is just a feeling I'll never forget, and it's really fueled me for the past year and a half that I've been working towards this. So going into it this time, it's just a different experience. I'm working on my confidence because I do feel so much more confident going into this. I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in the work I put in. I'm confident in my coach. I think I just made the mistake on accident a few days ago, because something I did this season that I've never really allowed myself to do is kind of open myself up online and make friends and start following other girls and having people alongside me in the journey, which in the past I've just kind of shut everyone out. It was kind of in my own world. And so having a sense of community has been really helpful this time, girls in the DMs, yeah, girl, go, whatever. But it's you follow people and their journeys, and then now all of a sudden everybody's posting that they're going to Universe too, which is good. Everybody should be, but for some reason I got really in my head about it. You follow other people, you follow their journeys, you see how amazing they look, and then I wouldn't even say I'm comparing myself to anybody. I'm just kind of oh shit, I wanted this for them, but then it's also you have to want it for yourself too. So I feel there's kind of a blurred line with social media where it's you kind of really have to stay in your own lane. And I feel that feeling of there being hundreds of girls and just kind of that feeling of feeling insignificant when you get there is just a feeling that I want to flip the script on. Instead of it feeling scary, I want it to feel exciting for me to maybe stand out in that kind of crowd this time, whereas before I just really blended in, not even. I was just pushed to the back. So a lot of it is mental, what I'm going through right now. So it is very difficult for me to stay off social media because I run Forever Young and Together Yoga and Pilates, and it's important that we post daily. I do have most of our stuff scheduled, but even just like resharing stuff to stories. But all my accounts are attached, so if I sign out of one, I sign out of all of them. So I've been doing this thing where I just keep like signing out and like trying not to click on my own and like trying to protect my peace. But it's hard sometimes. It's a dance. Social media is weird, especially at this day and age. And I'm trying to use it for all the positive things that it is, for like the people that do support me and that do, want to go along with the journey and that do enjoy following along. But I also have to remember why I'm doing this, and it's for me. It's not to perform for all of you guys, though it is fun to share the journey. Like, that's not why I do it. So I'm trying to just record this now and maybe put together a video to do after the fact. Tomorrow at this time, I will be boarding my flight to New York. It is show week, and in preparation, we have all of our pageantry appointments, right? Because we are judged on our overall look, our stage presentation, all the things. So last couple of days I've just been cramming in a couple appointments, and today I am getting my hair blown out. Ashley of B. Bauer Hair Lounge in Tinley Park was so kind to invite me in and check out the space. So I'm so excited, you guys. This is kind of embarrassing, but I've literally never had a blowout before. Like, I've never had a professional, went to a salon, had an actual blowout. I've been a model in, like, obviously a salon environment, but I've never physically went to a salon for a blowout. This is honestly the best thing ever, because I had posted a couple weeks ago, because I am a new extension girly, and it's important that you blow dry your extensions after washing, because you can get mold in your wefts if it's not dried and you sleep on it wet. That did not happen to me, but that kind of like started this conversation between Ashley and I, and next thing you know, now we're going to be supporting each other's businesses. So I'm so excited to go and check out the B. Bauer Hair Lounge. There is a location in Tinley Park. Super excited. So I'm going to bring you guys along on my first blowout ever. Yay, let's go. Appointment-wise, things I did this week was dermaplane yesterday, nails yesterday. For me, I go like, you should go like every 4 weeks. I go like every 8 weeks. I get really bad ingrown toenails. So I get pedicures, and I do get laser hair removal. That's been a game changer in my life because it's important the tan goes on well. That's been so helpful. So the hair that grows back in is very fine. So I just did like a quick once over shave, kind of scrubbed myself real good. I haven't been using any lotion the past couple of weeks. You want to make sure going into show that you're exfoliating really well so that the tan goes on evenly. So you don't want your skin like super moisturized. You almost want it like dried out. So I haven't been using lotion. I did have a show 4 weeks ago, and I still had like some residual tan on me today that I had to scrub off. So I've just really been scrubbing myself good. So I just did that today too. So pretty much everything will be done when I get there, and I'll have my makeup appointment, and then I'll just touch up my own hair for show day. So it's really just keeping the mind and the body in good spirits so we can just like cruise right on into this thing. I will say, on like the mental landscape side, there have been like a lot of added layers of stress that I didn't really foresee affecting me, that have kind of snuck in. So again, I'm trying to stay off social media and just kind of taking you guys BTS. Last weekend was Ryan's show, and by last weekend I mean 2 days ago. So we literally just got back from Milwaukee from Ryan's show. I was show wife, had a wonderful experience, and then it's kind of just like switching modes, and I've been dealing with that. But then we're also trying to sell our home. So yesterday we had a showing, today we have a showing, tonight we have a showing, and tomorrow we have a showing. So that's another added. I feel like you can't ever really prepare for what life is going to hand you, right? Like when I started this prep 18 weeks ago, I had no idea that we were going to be trying to sell our house right now, or any of these things would happen. And I feel like you just can't really live your life that way. like anticipating things. You just kind of have to do it and roll with it. And I'm trying not to like be a whiny victim of my circumstances because you build it up in your head, right? Like this is a really big deal to me. I put all this time, all this effort, physically, mentally, emotionally into this, but you also control your experience. So I'm trying to have the best experience possible despite circumstances. All right, take a good look, fam. First official blowout. Had the best scalp massage, and I got a double team job. You guys, I have so much hair. These poor girls, I put them to work. They had the hardest arm workout of their life today tackling this mane, because not only do I have a lot of hair, just myself, I have 3 rows of extensions. So that is why I didn't want to do it myself, because it's just a whole task and I really didn't have the time. So now that it's nice and blown out, I'll have a good amount of volume. It's a really good base so that when I get to New York, I can just style it for show and it'll stay. Yay. Honestly, washing and drying my hair was probably my number 1 stressor, and now I don't have to do that, so I'm a happy girl. And these baby hairs they'll chill out. Don't worry. But now, when I get home, all I have to do is prepare my gut drinks, pack all my clothes, pack all my supplements, pack everything up. I need to just tie up all the loose ends that are gonna stress me out. There's a bunch of little things I need to do business-wise, but it's 3:45. I have plenty of time. The work is done, you guys. I just follow the plan, get where I need to go, and just do the damn thing. And I'm ready for it. Tomorrow is our travel day, so looking ahead, I will wake up in the morning. I will check in. I will do my last cardio session, just 20 minutes. I will do my last workout, which is just like a full body, lower body and back pump, same as I did last peak week. And then we are getting picked up for the airport at 11:30. Our flight's at 2. We fly into LaGuardia, and it was like an hour Uber with traffic last time. So I'm guessing it'll probably be about the same because we land at like 5:15. Once we get to the hotel, I'll be good, great, wonderful. We'll just get unpacked. Thursday will be a full day of just checking in, keeping stress low. I'll probably completely stay off social media and just take care of my mental, try to enjoy the ride, and Friday show day, 4th of July. So I'm excited. So it's 6:45. I just brushed out my blowout. The intent with this was just to get it washed and dried, and then like a base curl, because it kind of takes a couple days for curls to stay in my hair, so it'll be like a little dirty and it'll actually like stay put. Last time my hair was way too clean because I blew it out when I got there. So anyways, I just spent the last couple hours getting all my supplements, all my food, all my meals kind of prepped, my gut drink, everything, all the little big things. Clothes-wise, I'm feeling a little superstitious, so I'm literally packing every single thing that I took for my last show, which makes it very easy. Right now I'm gonna do probably like 10 to 20 minutes of posing. This will be like my last like posing at home, so I'm gonna put some music on and get real into it. So do that, last meal, wind down for the night. Had to do a quick little pit stop and pick up some LHA cleanser so I can get my makeup off after show day. There's only 2 left. I hope you're so proud, Maritza. Last workout. Wouldn't be travel day without some drama. Instructors forgot a key, so we're running to the center real quick, heading home, doing cardio, finishing up packing, and then getting on the road. Less cardio, 20 minutes, time to shower. Morning. It's day before show. I've been up for a few hours, but I had strict orders to try to sleep in as long as I could. It's 8 a.m. I don't check in until 9, so I have another hour. So I've just kind of been laying in bed. I just got on my phone like in the last 45 minutes. I was doing some work, social media. I'm supposed to keep my legs elevated. So I'm going to go put my contacts in, grab my laptop, and elevate my feet. I'm feeling pretty excited. I'm hungry. Yesterday we cut my carbs out the second half of the day, so my last meal was around like 8:30, so it's like a full 12. It'll be over like, I don't eat till 10. Not gonna lie, travel day yesterday was kind of brutal. I was like sweating my butt off on the whole Uber to the airport, on the whole plane ride. I just like wanted to get here so desperately. We flew into LaGuardia, and then it was like a 30-minute Uber this time. Last time we came here, it was like an hour. Like, traffic was horrible. So getting here was much better. The host hotel was sold out, so we're staying across the street at the Hampton Inn and Suites. And I was in my head convinced that this place was gonna be a dump and like so much worse. It's amazing. We have a fridge, we have a microwave, we have so much space, the lighting's amazing, it's so nice. I don't know why I thought that, but so I'm so glad we're over here. It's a little less convenient because you can't just like go right downstairs and get tanned and go to the show, but it's right across the street. So once we got here last night, I just kind of had to stay off social media yesterday. I just like mentally, my mind was in a million places. And that was kind of the whole intent with doing all of this too. But I like couldn't even get my phone out and talk to a camera yesterday. So once we got here last night, we basically just unpacked. Ryan went down and got his steps. I practiced some posing. Then my challenge going on at Forever Young and Taylor Yoga Pilates. Yesterday was the last day to submit their in-body, so I went through all of that last night. And we had a 3-way tie. So I just had to reach out to everyone and figure out what we're going to do with that. But we had an amazing turnout with my challenge, so that was super exciting. So yeah, this is the current situation. And I'm going to show you. This is literally right across the street where the show is at. So right now, I'm just going to keep my legs elevated for a little bit. It's 8:10. I need to send my check-in at 9, so I'm probably going to start. It takes me like 10 minutes to get my shoes on and my suit and situated, so I'll probably start getting ready at like 8:35. Do my check-in, send it, and then I go game plan for today. I have like a whole itinerary. My alarm's set like every 30 minutes. So I go on a walk outside, fasted, for 20 minutes, and while I'm doing that, I drink 16 ounces of water. I'll stop and get a double shot of espresso at Starbucks, come back up, and then have my gut drink probiotic. I eat my first meal at 10. So day before show is very important. This is where we achieve the look that we want for tomorrow. We fill me out, so I'm in close proximity with my coach. Kind of how my day is set up is I eat and drink water at certain times, and then I check in. So for example, at 10, I'll have some water, I'll have some food. My amounts of both are set, structured, and we also manipulate salt. So I do that at 10. About 30 to 40 minutes later, I have X amount more water. 2 hours after I ate, I will send photos and wait, and then I'll get my next meal, and then same thing, 30 to 40 minutes later, water. 2 hours later, photos. We do that. I usually have 5 to 6 meals on day before show, but we're starting a little later, so I'm not sure. Athletes check-ins at 2, tan at 2:30. I believe my makeup's at 7 a.m. And then prejudging starts at 9 tomorrow. Prejudging starts at 9. I probably won't go on until 12 earliest to latest, and then the night show starts at 5 p.m. So today is just about keeping the stress low, keeping the feet elevated, literally just doing exactly what I'm told to do, being where I'm told to be. And then tomorrow show day. So I'm going to try my best to keep my mind right, enjoy it. I'm going to finish scheduling my social media for today and tomorrow so I can just shut off and be here, be present. That's what it's all about. So, all right, back to the room and having meal one, double shot of espresso and 3 ounces of water. I had my gut drink already and 3 ounces of plain water, whole eggs, blueberries, bananas, rice, and that's going down right. At my second check-in, and meal number 2, which is some chicken, dates, almond butter, and rice, and 6 ounces of water. So I have like an hour and 15 before I go get tan, so I'm just gonna set my hair now. I'm gonna curl it before I do check-in and tan so I don't get my hair all gross. So shower, hair, check-in, tan. And then I'll check in with Coach again, so I just ate. Hair part 1 done. Now we're gonna make the bed before we go get tan. Afternoon was hectic, but this was my check-in after tan, and then we ran to Starbucks, got coffee for show day, and pretty much the rest of this night in show day was a whirlwind. I did not record much, but my last check-in this night was at 8 p.m. I ended up having 6 meals total, my last one at 10:15 p.m. Show day started at 4:30 a.m. for me, but my first check-in was at 6:45 a.m. Makeup was at 7. I will recap all of this, but I did my final check-in around 10 with Coach, and then my final check-in before going backstage around 11. And then I'm going to recap all this for you right now. Good morning, day after show. And I woke up and I went straight downstairs to get on the treadmill. And Ryan was down there, and they were all full, and I guess he had to wait 20 minutes, so I'm just not gonna, I just feel a little swollen from the burger and fries. Not, like, terribly, I just have, like, a lot of glycogen in my body. But I didn't really post much yesterday. Nope, not even post much. I didn't post much, and I didn't really record anything as far as, like, my thoughts in the journey. So I thought I'd recap you. I just really wanted to, like, be in it, you know? But I got 4th place. So top 5 on a national stage is a big deal. And that was really my goal, is to get top 5, to be competitive. All right, I got all my morning drinks. I got my water, my gut drink I made, and then this is not Starbucks, this is my mushroom coffee. But, okay, let's chat. So, on a human level, nobody does this to get 4th place, or 5th place, or last, right? But you have to be realistic. So, just on a human level, where I'm at is 4th place feels way better than 17th, or whatever I got last time. Like, it feels good to have gone on stage and to been considered at the top, to be in first call-outs, to be 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, right? That feels good. I feel happy with that. But there's always that little piece in your mind that's like, I did, my posing could have been better. My routine, I stumbled a bit. I was really shaky, and I let my nerves get the best of me, honestly. But you're not really judged on that. And I truly don't think it would have made a big difference if my routine had been done perfectly. I think it's just kind of that one thing in my mind that's like, dang. The positive is, when we went back for the night show, I got to do my routine again, and I did much better. And so that was in my head during the day. I was just like, I will be happy if I go back tonight and I do my routine well. And I did that. So I guess the other part is, like, there's always that one little piece in your mind, because how I was standing, it was like 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Like, I thought I was going to get 3rd. And then when we went back in the evening, I got 4th. So I was already like, okay, I got 3rd place, top 3. And then I went back at night, and there was almost like a piece in my mind that was like, well, if I go out there and I do my routine better, maybe I'll get 2nd.
because in my head I was third. So there was still a chance in my head and in my heart that I might get my pro card in the evening. And so I was just like, you know, excited about that. But then when I got out on stage and I got called for fourth, I was just like, okay. But I've had time to sit with it. I was trying not to, like, you know, initially be upset or whatever. You know, you just have so many emotions. It's such a long process. It's such a long day. Really, yesterday was such a long day. And so I think all the build up and like getting to be done and then getting a worse placing than I thought I was gonna get was just kind of like, this kind of fucking sucks. But then you have to zoom out and remember that. So I'll just recap and take you through my day for funsies, because it's a day I want to remember. I'm doing this so I remember it. I wanted documentation. I wasn't like all up in the moment, but okay. My day started, my alarm set was 4:35 a.m. I woke up, I had to do my second coat of tanning. So I had it's like a 5-minute walk because we're at the hotel right across the street. So 4:35, woke up, brushed my teeth, put my contacts in, went, got my second coat of tan. That took a bit. I came straight back, got right back into bed, and then at 6:20, I had alarms set for all these times. At 6:20, I had to get up, put my suit on, or check in, so take my weight, put my suit on, take my photos, video, send that to coach, have my gut drink and my probiotic real quick, and then I was out the door for makeup at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. was across the street again, or makeup was right across the street again, and last show, my makeup was a shit show. I had to wait for 2 hours. It was horrible, but I buddied up with the makeup artist, so I requested her again, and I only had to wait 20 minutes, and she was amazing. I got her a Starbucks. She did a fabulous job. I was so happy with my makeup, the makeup experience, whatever. So after makeup, I checked in again, and I had meal 2, and we were in a really good spot. I went down and headed backstage around 11, and we were hoping that I would be on around noon. And there were just so many girls. It went fit model, wellness, bikini, but then they have the masters, which is age groups. I think they start at 60, 50, 40, 35, and in each of those are the height classes. So there's A, B, C, D, E. Some had E and F. So it was a lot of women to get through. There were a lot of master's classes here, and I was in the open bikini D. So that's after all of that. So after fit model, all that, after wellness, all that, bikini's very, very last. So I actually didn't end up going on stage until 3:15. So I was backstage from 11 to 3:15. So it was a very long day. It was very cold. I will say I made some friends. So that made it much better. There's a lot of girls back there, and this sport can bring a lot of personalities. And so there's kind of like icky vibes sometimes, but right away I sat down next to someone and we ended up being in the same class, so we buddied up. She was awesome, from Miami, and then another girl that she knew. So I hung out with 2 girls backstage. They were awesome. They were so down to earth, and it made my day so much better. I will say, between last show and this show, I made like 4 bodybuilding friends, and that's something like in the past I've never opened myself up to. I usually just sit in a corner and by myself, and it just kind of happened this time. So I feel like that's made a big difference. The 2 girls I met at my first show physically came here, and one didn't qualify, and one's gonna be doing a different show, and they just live in the area, and so they like physically came here and like showed me more support than a lot of the people in my daily life, is what I'm gonna say. I think most people don't get it. They don't get what you put your body and your mind through to to do this, and it's a very hard thing to explain. I feel like you kind of like have a bond, like a trauma bond to these people who have love and appreciation for the sport, because it's unlike anything, and it takes a very special kind of person to really appreciate it and respect it. And although it does bring a lot of like icky personalities and whatnot, it also brings a lot of genuine and kind-hearted people, because at the end of the day, we're all working so hard on ourselves, and that's something that we have in common, and it's for the love of the sport, right? To be the very best that we can be. And it's a cool thing when you meet people that understand you and your heart and your efforts and whatnot. So anyways, I'm just saying, like, that part of this experience was really cool. It was cool to see that. I don't really do this. I do this for myself. I do this for Ryan, but obviously it helps to have people that surround you, that see you and support you and cheer you on. And I have my family, and there's people in our day-to-day life that like know we do it, but I don't think they fully understand it and respect it. And so I would say my support circle is pretty small for bodybuilding. I obviously have like my online people that cheer me on, and that helps so much too. But I will just say, like, on a real life level, that was a really cool experience for me this time. So backstage, world of difference. Even going to finals, we exchange numbers, we're texting like, hey, let's meet up, like make sure we get on stage, make sure we do our thing. So that was really cool and made a huge difference this time around. So I pretty much got back to the room at like 3:30 from the day show, from the prejudging, and then evening show, I think I went on around 8, and it started at 6, and I went backstage around 6:30, probably closer to 6:30. So I was backstage for like an hour and a half before I went back on, and then it was over just like that. So it was a long day, but it was a good day. It was what it needed to be. This experience in itself was awesome. Like, Ryan was awesome. He's in the shower, but he was so supportive this time. He's almost done. He always keeps me in perspective and in check when I get in my head, because I always do. I think everybody always does. I think it's just normal human nature. I will say, I feel like I've kind of woken up today sad that it's over, and kind of just like, well, what next? Like, what next? But I will say also, like, going into this weekend, I kind of just had, you always have self-doubt, right? But I just kind of knew that it wasn't my time yet. And I think I like accepted that before the day started, but then you always have like times throughout the day where it's like, well, maybe it is my time. But I think, like, in my head and my heart and my gut, like, I knew this wasn't it for me yet. And I think for me, like, the fuel moving forward, like, now that I do know what it's like to be competitive, and I know what I need to improve on, I think for me next season, the goal is to, like, be at a level that isn't just, like, barely a pro. Like, oh, you barely got your pro card, you got second or first. Like, I want to be, without a doubt, number one, and I want to be competitive at the pro level if possible. Like, I could get my pro card and I could do a pro show. Like, that would be a cool feeling. Because I saw girls backstage where it's just like, it's undeniable. It's like, well, damn, like, she's gonna get it, and she should, because she looks awesome. So I think for me moving forward, like, that's the goal, and that's gonna be the driving force. But as for now, I feel like I'm probably gonna ride some waves the next couple weeks as I, get out of prep mode. It's been my life for a while, and try to, like, acclimate to normal life. Ryan has one more show, so I get to support him on that, and just feeling all the feelings. So that was my show day. Time to go home.
packing up for the airport, and I got some food together for the travel day. Just some egg whites and beef. This is my oats, egg whites, blueberries, dates, and then some chicken. And that'll get home around 5 probably, so that's what I'll eat today. We're officially home. I just did 40 minutes walk, cardio. We are unpacking, cooking some chicken and rice, and getting ready for the week ahead. So I'm gonna have a good drink and take a shower and upload my first YouTube. So enjoy my show weekend.